Tonight is a night to celebrate for many, most, maybe all of the people in this room. For me, it's a little more complex than that. The last 2 months of my life have turned my life upside down almost as much as the year that came before it. For reasons that a few people in this room might know something about, and if you don't, you can come up and ask me about it, and I might just talk about it. But so when I was having kind of a hard time coming up with some words to encompass the way I was feeling in this moment and my time here at this school. And it was difficult. And wanting to bring something authentic and not to gloss over some of the difficulties that have been coming up for me. And feeling right now, in this moment, remembering that I'm one of the few remaining members of the first incoming class that Rosemary welcomed into the school. And I think one of the few remaining people who learned under Ibrahim Baba. And I think that both of them would agree that I should bring something authentic and not gloss over what I'm feeling in this moment. And so when I was thinking about what I could say, for some reason, these words popped into my head that I had written just recently for a final paper for Reverend Erica Hewitt's Rites of Passage class. And here they are now, and hopefully that they will resonate with many of you for any number of reasons. All that we love, we stand to lose. By that same token, all that we love, all that we stand to lose, is thereby made immeasurably precious. Because to love is inherently to risk losing what we love. Queen Elizabeth II once said, "Grief is the price we pay for love." And you know what? We do it anyway. Isn't that incredible? Even when we know our love will end in loss and grief, we choose love. Because love is what we do. Love is who we are. We are hardwired to love one another fiercely, boldly, and courageously. Grief is just love with no place to go. I try to keep sight of these words from blogger Jeannie Anderson. When the pain of grief becomes so overwhelming that it feels impossible to bear. We grieve in the exact measure that we loved because they are one and the same. Because grief is love transformed by loss. It's not all that uncommon for people who are grieving to ask where God is in all of this. Often this is more a rhetorical reckoning with why or how something so painful could or would happen if God is a benevolent, loving God. For me, this assumes a lot about God's omnipotence. The God I believe in doesn't necessarily have the universal ability to unilaterally control everything. My God is a God of co-creation and loving presence. A God whose love is so infinite, and so too, therefore, is their grief. A God who grieves with us and then loves even harder. Franciscan friar Richard Rohr once wrote that pain that is not transformed is transmitted. And it is through God's loving example, I believe, that we transform our pain and our grief. We love harder and bolder and more courageously exactly when it feels impossible. Exactly when the last thing we want to do is ever love anyone or anything again. Because love is what we do. Love is who we are. We love like our lives depend on it because they do. And in this way, we are transformed. May it ever be so.